I am back with another MGNet Minute, and I'd like to tackle the challenging topic of exercise and myasthenia gravis. So many patients ask me, what kind of exercise should I do? Now that's very dependent on how your symptoms of myasthenia are doing at the time. So if you're actively weak, especially in the first days, weeks, months, sometimes years before you're diagnosed, patients do need to limit their activity level. If you cannot lift your arms, it's not a good idea to go to the gym and try to lift weights. But with treatment and in discussions with your doctor, who may send you specifically to a physical therapist to teach you how to exercise, it is critical, I think, for you to exercise with myasthenia. This is not to say I'm going to go run a marathon, and sometimes a marathon for a patient who hasn't exercised, who's been through an intensive care unit with myasthenia weakness, that can just mean 5 minutes of exercise, and that exercise could be lifting weights, it could be just taking a walk, but something extra beyond what you normally do. But over time, that 5 minutes turns into 6, turns to 7, to 8, to 9, and then you're actually actively exercising for 30 minutes. Now, what's the kind of scientific rationale for that? Well, this has been building, I think, for decades. We've all kind of appreciated exercise is good, but a National Institutes of Health study starting back in 2015 at Stanford University has demonstrated the significant impact of exercise on multiple organs. You may be exercising your muscles, but you're also exercising your adrenal glands, your heart, your brain, your gut, and multiple other tissues. So the principal investigator there has concluded that exercise is the most potent drug one can take. And there are emerging studies out of Europe that have looked more formally at exercise and myasthenia, and importantly, it's safe to do and it can be beneficial. We've got a lot more research to do on that, if it actually could be funded by the federal government here in the United States, which is a huge problem for rare disease patients. But I do encourage you to exercise. Often it starts with a good discussion with your primary care doctor and your neurologist, as well as seeking advice from a physical therapist to guide you in that path. And oh, by the way, when you exercise, you're supposed to get tired. Not a myasthenia tired, but kind of a muscle fatigue tired. So that's the best information I have now. I would hope that we could really do some intense research studies on this, like they did at Stanford University, but more specific to myasthenia gravis. Of course, with the problems with research support in the United States, that may never happen. Thank you.